Hola! Welcome to this session. Thank you for sharing your practice with me and for taking care of your own health. Now we know how important our health is for the others. So today the practice is about Ahimsa, kindness. And as a part of this practice, please adapt whenever you need it. I give different options for many of the poses, and let's enjoy the session. So let's start today with a very simple breathing exercise, and we will start with diaphragmatic breathing. So that it means just bringing the awareness towards the lower ribs, towards the lungs, and start to notice the expansions with the inhalation, like the belly breathing, and the contraction and softening with the exhalation. So make yourself comfortable, sit tall if you need, maybe sit on a cushion, on a block, rest the hands on the knees. And then gently, softly close your eyes and start to activate your diaphragmatic breathing. And then notice the expansion with the inhalation, like a Buddha belly, and the contractions with the exhalation. And just notice how your diaphragm kindly and nicely start to massage your internal organs. So that is our first act of kindness. Start to massaging our internal organs, to start to connect with our breath, to bring presence to the mat. Then I want to mention a couple of things about Ahimsa. The first principle of yoga is not violence, and probably you have heard about it when you heard about Gandhi. This is the principle Gandhi was using for free his country. So that is the same principle we want to bring to the mat, to our practice. Start to practice kindness with ourselves. That is a good place to start in our practice, in our mat. Trying to not force any pose. Try to stay present. Try to make kind choices with our body. Try to stay in harmony with our own body, with our breath, with the present moment. So keep that nice flow of the breath. Keep your diaphragmatic breathing, keep the connection with the rhythm of the breath. And use your breath to keep connected with the present moment. To keep anchored in here and now. Then let's bring the hands in front of the heart center in prayer position. Let's start with one Om. But if you don't want to use Om, fine, take a long exhalation. So take a deep, full inhalation. Gently, nicely bow the head, release the hands on the knees. And then when you are ready, open your eyes. Let's try to keep this nice state of mind during all the practice. So let's start by exchanging the cross of the shins. Make sure the shoulders are soft, the neck is long. And let's start with a kind, nice massage to our body. This is more qigong, but it's a nice way to activate the energy of our body. So let's bring the 5 fingers towards our forehead, to the center of the forehead. And then let's start to just nicely and gently make a massage from the center of the forehead towards the temples. And just nicely, gently start to massage your own body. Start to just notice different areas of your own body. Maybe smile towards your own body. And then now let's bring the fingers towards the cheeks and start to gently tapping on the cheeks. And then just relaxing the muscles of the face, relaxing the jaw, maybe smiling towards your own body. And then let's make a gentle massage on the jaw. We accumulate a lot of tension here, so this is a nice way to release tension, to activate circulation, to start to activate and as well to notice our fascia. And then keep with the massage on the cheeks, and let's go towards the neck and very gently, nicely, let's start to massage the neck like we will do with a cat or a pet. It is good to do it to ourselves as well. And then let's massage, gently tapping in one shoulder, the neck, just gently, nicely. And then let's start to massage the outside, just tapping on the outside of one arm, the hand, and then the inside of the hand, the arm towards the neck. And then let's exchange sides to massage the opposite side in a nice way. The neck, the shoulder, and let's massage the outside of the arm, the palm, and the outside of the hand, the inside of the palm, the inside of the arm. And then again, let's go just to the collarbone, just below the collarbones with your fingers, tap there, activating energy. And then let's move towards the chest bone and towards the lower ribs. And just tap with your fingers on the lower ribs. And just a gentle, nice way to start to awaken the energy. And then when you are ready, just nicely and gently let's relax the hands on the lower belly. Maybe close your eyes and then just notice how do you feel. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Maybe you notice a little bit of tingling, a nice activation, maybe a little bit of warmth. What we are doing is activating our energy, connecting with our energy. Maybe you can start to notice a little bit of your own life force, your prana, your ki. This is what we are going to do, start to move our energy, our body, activate circulation. Just be aware about that, maybe smile towards your body with a little bit of gratitude. And then with the exhalation, gently release the hands on the knees. Take a deep, full inhalation. A deep, full exhalation. If you have the eyes closed, maybe open the eyes. And then let's go to all fours. And let's bring the knees below the hips, the hands and wrists below the shoulders. Just a gentle cat-cow. So with the inhalation, the navel down, chest forward, chin up, shoulders soft away from the ears, in cow. And then with the exhalation, one cat, rounding the spine. So now the chin to the chest, look towards the knees, navel up. And then with the next inhalation, let's go to neutral spine. And actually, let's walk the hands slightly forward. We go to a gentle flow to lubricate the spine, to start to activate the energy, and it's like a sun salutation, but in a gentle way. So with the next exhalation, roll a little bit forward, elbows in, and let's bring the body halfway down towards the floor. And then with the inhalation, your body down, roll forward, chin up, like baby cobra. And then with the exhalation, chin to the chest, hips towards the heels. Let's go to child pose for a moment to round the spine. And then with the inhalation, reach forward. Let's this time bring the heels up, your body halfway down, elbows in. If you need to drop the body down, fine. Towards the floor, just fine. And then with the inhalation, roll forward, up. This time, let's interlace the hands behind the back, feet away from the floor in Savasana. Press your pubic bone towards the ground. And then exhale, hands down. Again, let's make the way to child pose. And then once again, inhale, bring your body up. Let's move forward, heels up, your body halfway down towards the ground, elbows in. With the inhalation, just forward, chin up, shoulders away from the ear. Interlace the hands on the opposite way, feet away from the floor. Open the front of the body gently. Engage the muscles in the back of the body, pubic bone towards the ground. And then with the exhalation, let's make the way to child pose. And this time, let's stay here a little bit longer. And start to notice your own breath. Maybe the heart beating. And what we want is try to keep the breath as steady as possible, as soft as possible, still diaphragmatic, but really very soft. And then with the inhalation, let's make the way to all fours. Let's press the toes down on the floor. Let's press the upper body away from the floor, and let's bring the knees away from the floor. So firm the abdominal wall, press the muscles in the base of the arms away from the floor, spread your fingers, and keeping the abdominal wall engaged, let's bring the hips high, keep bending the knees a lot and the torso towards the thighs. So we go this gentle version of downward facing dog, bending the knees a lot, heels up, spine long, and then with the exhalation, gently, nicely, bring the heels close to the floor. If you need to keep bending the knees, that is fine. Maybe keep the feet a little bit wider than the hips. And let's bend one knee, straighten the opposite. And bring a little bit of movement down the legs. Your ankles, your knees, your hips. Start to just bring gently activation. Activate the circulation, lubricating the joint. And then now bring both heels as high as you can, your sitting bones as high as you can, lengthen the spine. And when you are ready, with the exhalation, heels close to the ground. If you need to keep bending the knees, that is fine, but just allow that lengthening on the back of your body to happen. And let's bring the right leg up. You can do this movement from all fours, bringing the left knee down on the floor and bringing the right knee towards the nose. If you're in downward facing dog, your right leg up, the heel pressing back, the knee to the nose and the foot between the hands. Let's bring the left knee down on the ground. And then with the inhalation, let's bring the torso up. So we go to low lunge and vinyasa. Make sure the shoulders are soft. You're making a space in the intercostal muscles without forcing anything on the shoulders. Tailbone towards the ground. Inner thighs engaged. And then with the exhalation, let's go to Ardha Hanumanasana. So hands on the floor, extend the right leg, bring the right toes towards you. And keep pressing the ball of the foot forward, lengthening the spine. And maybe stay here. Just trying to keep the torso more or less parallel to the ground. If you need to soften the right knee, it's fine. Maybe you can bring the arms parallel to the ground. Maybe no. Just keep playing with it. A little bit of curiosity and playfulness. And then with the exhalation, hands down, the front foot flat on the floor. I'm going to use just a little pad below my left knee. You can use cushion. And let's bring the left heel up and then towards the back of the mat, and then we bring the torso up. We go to Parigrahasana. So now we extend the right leg towards the front of the mat, but we keep the hips parallel to the longish of the mat. Extend the arms, make a space, and then with the exhalation, let's raise the right hand on the right leg. Open the left side of the torso and your sternum slightly pointing up towards the sky. And with the next inhalation, let's go to side plank towards the back of the mat. So very gently, slowly, let's release the right hand towards the back of the mat. Open, so with the left hand on the ground, right arm up. And then with the exhalation, extend the right arm towards the back of the mat. Let's stay in this version of side plank. I'm going to move a little bit. Open the chest. And you can stay here, or maybe bring your right leg parallel to the ground, bend the knee, and maybe you grab your right ankle with your right hand, or maybe not. If you don't reach the ankle, keep the hand on your hip, but open the chest. Make sure your right knee is pressing back away from the hip, but it keeps on the same line that your hip. And then with the exhalation, let's make the way to plank position on the back of the mat. And maybe this time you can go to side plank without any knee down. But if you need to bring again the knee down, please do so. Or maybe this time you can bring the forearm down on the ground. So find different options to explore the plank, to find your strength, but at the same time be kind with your body. And then with the exhalation, let's make the way to a normal plank. Knees down, heels up. With the exhalation, chaturanga, in this gentle way. Elbows in, your body halfway down. And then with the inhalation, roll forward up. Press the armpits away from the floor. Chin up, chest forward. Pubic bone towards the ground. Gently engage your glutes. And then with the exhalation, let's make the way to downward facing dog. And again, bend one knee, straighten the opposite. Maybe notice the difference between the left side of the body, the right side of your body. Let's bring the left leg up. If you need, you can always do this movement from all fours. That is more stable. For your knee to the nose and the foot between the hands. So now, right knee down on the ground. With the inhalation, arms up. Low lunge, hips close to the ground without collapsing the hips. Keeping some engagement on the inner thighs. Front knee aligned with the heel. Shoulders soft. Make a space in the front of the body without creating any compression on the lumbar spine. Tailbone towards the ground, and with the next exhalation, let's make the way to Ardha Hanumanasana. So bring your left toes towards you, press the ball of the left foot forward, lengthen, just straighten your left leg. And maybe you need to keep the left knee a little bit soft. Just find stability. And maybe keep the hands down on the floor. Maybe you need to stay a little bit higher. Or maybe bring the arms parallel to the ground. Again, find a little bit of playfulness, ways to self-challenge yourself with kindness, with curiosity, and without ego. And then with the exhalation, hands down, the front foot flat on the floor, the back heel up. And let's bring the right foot towards the back of the mat. And your torso up. So second side, let's lengthen the torso. Second side for Parigrahasana. And then with the exhalation, let's rest. Your left hand on the left leg, try to keep the knee pointing up. And make space on the right side of the torso. The chest bone is pointing up towards the sky. And then with the exhalation, let's go to side plank towards the front of the mat. Slowly and with control, let's bring the right hand down on the floor. Let's extend the left arm towards the front of the mat. And again, open the chest. Move a little bit just to myself. Open the chest. And then notice that nice lengthening on the left side of the body. Maybe bring the left leg up, bend the knee, and grab your ankle. If this is not available, you can stay in the side plank. You can rest the hand on the heel, here bending the knee and just pressing the knee back. Find the option where you can open the body in a kind, nice way with your body without forcing it and without violence. We are working with our body to make it healthier, stronger, not to put ourselves in any risk. Keep in harmony with our own body. And then with the exhalation, let's bring the hands towards the front of the mat. And let's go to plank. So again, maybe we go to side plank without any knee down, extending the left arm up. Or maybe you can bring the forearm down on the floor to explore another way of side plank. There is also the option to bring the upper leg, the upper foot down on the floor to allow the hips to reach high. Find an option that you can work kindly and nicely with your body, giving it time to get there, to develop the strength. And then with the exhalation, let's make the way to plank position, knees down, heels up. Exhale, roll forward, your body down, halfway down towards the ground, elbows in. And with the inhalation, roll forward, up, cobra, upward facing dog, baby cobra. You can stay a little bit lower if that feels much better for your body. And with the exhalation, let's make the way to downward facing dog. So bend your knee, straighten the opposite. And take a moment to notice your own breath. If you notice that your breath is really fast and shallow, fine. Gently and nicely try to bring it again to an even place. Breathe slowly. Then look between the thumbs and walk, or if you want, have a gentle jump towards the front of the mat. But if not, just walk gently, slowly. Keep the hands on the elbows for a moment, roll left and right. And then with the inhalation, let's bring the body up, arms up, in Urdhva. And then with the exhalation, let's go to Utkatasana. Press the hips back, arms along the ears. And then with the exhalation, hands in front of the heart center. Let's twist towards the left and let's extend the arms. You can stay in this version, or you can bring the hands in front of the heart center and bring your right elbow outside of the left knee. Try to keep the knees even, the hips even, more or less, making sure the right knee is not coming too much forward. So that helps to keep the hips more or less even. Crown of the head forward, the hips back, and rotate the rib cage. So with the next inhalation, let's bring the torso up, but let's bring as well the left knee up. So we go for a twist and balance. Just get there and the way that works for you. Maybe you need a little bit of more movement, fine. Find that rotation. Keep the left toes pointing up, and then with the exhalation, let's bring the hands in front of the heart center, soften the right knee, and let's send the left leg back. Like in Warrior 3, if you need to release the hands down on the floor, that is fine. We won't stay here too long. And then release your left foot down on the floor. With the inhalation, arms up. With the exhalation, we go to high lunge. So make sure the shoulders are soft, tailbone towards the ground, lower ribs gently in. And let's trust the hands behind the neck. With the inhalation, chest up, elbows pointing up. If it doesn't feel right for you, then stay in the previous version. If you can, gently, nicely, without forcing, open the chest. The sternum is moving up away from the hips, but the tailbone down towards the ground, the hips a little bit forward. And with the inhalation, let's bring the arms up. Let's face towards the back of the mat. Let's keep the back heel away from the floor. And maybe you can bring the front foot, the front toes away from the floor. And that is a little bit of a balance. Play with it. Really like it. It seems so simple, but it still is quite challenging. And when you are ready, let's bring the hands down on the floor. Let's make the way to plank position, facing towards the back of the mat. Find your strength. Maybe this time you bring the knees down on the floor. Maybe you feel energized enough to go to the full version of chaturanga. So roll forward, elbows in, body parallel to the floor, and then with the inhalation, upward facing dog, cobra, baby cobra. The option that works for you in opening the chest, the front of the body, without compression in the back of the body, especially without pain on the lumbar spine. With the exhalation, downward facing dog. Hips high as you can. Lengthen the spine. If you want, you can always bend your knees, straighten the opposite. A little bit of movement for the dog. Or you can find stillness on the body and the breath. Wherever you are, just make sure your breath is even. You're not collapsing the weight on your wrist. You really keep the abdominal wall engaged, the base of the arms engaged. And then look between the thumbs, walk. Maybe have a gentle jump towards the front, towards the back of the mat, towards your hands. Roll the torso left and right. And then with the inhalation, firming the abdominals, bring your body up, Urdhva arms up. And then with the exhalation, Utkatasana. So hips back, arms along the ears. Your torso is pressing away from your thighs. And then with the exhalation, hands in front of the heart center. Let's twist towards the right. Maybe extend the arms. Or maybe you can keep the hands on the heart center, bringing the left elbow outside of the right knee. Again, try to keep the knees even. That means the hips are even. The crown of the head reaching forward. Maybe look up, maybe not. Find the option where you can keep the breath steady. And then with the inhalation, let's bring the torso up. And let's bring the right knee up. Extend the right arm away from the shoulder. Let's go to this balance twist. And then with the exhalation, hands in front of the heart center. Soften the standing knee if you need so. Firm the abdominal wall. And let's send the right leg back. Warrior 3 for a moment. And when you are ready, release the foot down on the floor. With the inhalation, bring the arms up. With the exhalation, let's make the way to high lunge. So find that place where your front knee is aligned with the heel. You are going forward, you find stability, the back thighs is pressing away from the floor. You can keep the shoulders soft and your breath is steady. Maybe bring the hands behind the neck, point the elbows up, open the chest up towards the sky. Maybe stay in high lunge, opening as well the front of the body. And then with the inhalation, your body up. With the exhalation, let's look again towards the opposite side of the mat, this time the front of the mat. Keep the arms up, the back heel away from the floor, and the front toes up. So the front foot is just on the heel, finding stability here. And then with the exhalation, front foot flat on the floor, hands down, let's make the way to plank position. Find stability, find your strength. Spread the fingers, shoulders aligned with the wrist, heels pressing back, crown of the head forward. Maybe bring the knees down, perfect. That is the idea, you are kind with yourself. Or maybe you feel really energized. And then you go to the full version of chaturanga. So elbows in, your body parallel to the floor. With the inhalation, roll forward, up. Cobra, baby cobra, or upper facing dog. Press the armpits to not collapse the shoulders. You can look up, making a space in the front of the neck, in the back of the neck. Keep looking forward. And then with the exhalation, let's make the way to downward facing dog. Again, maybe bend your knee, straighten the opposite. Or maybe just keep stillness. If you need, at any point, you can go to child pose. Wherever you are, find that place that you can connect with your breath. With the present moment, you can stay kind with yourself. Remember, today, the idea is to stay kind. So find a place where you can soften. Maybe in downward facing dog, you feel stable. You feel some work, but without forcing, without overdoing it, without pain on the wrist, in any place. Or maybe stay in child pose. And when you are ready, let's meet in downward facing dog. And then let's look towards the thumbs and let's walk or lightly jump towards the front of the mat, but this time we're going to stay down on the ground. So find your way to sitting position, hug the knees, and the torso towards the knees. Maybe you keep the feet on the ground, maybe you can bring it away from the floor. And let's go Svasana. So extend your right leg forward. Let's bring the left foot towards the right inner thighs, knee down. If you notice that you are rounding the spine a lot, maybe sit on a block, sit on a cushion. And then with the inhalation, bring the arms up, make a space on the intercostal muscles. With the exhalation, bend over your right leg. And then maybe hands on the shin, on the ankle, or the foot. But try to bring your navel closer to the thigh. And then the chest bone towards the front foot. But just give time to your body to get into the pose. With every inhalation, you make a space. With the exhalations, you get into that space. And remember, be kind with yourself. So you don't need to go to the deeper pose, especially if you have to force your body. Find a place where you can have some gentle engagement, but as well ease. That is the principle of Satira and Sukha. Stability, strength, but at the same time ease, steady. It's finding a nice space, enjoying the pose. And with the inhalation, bring the torso up. Let's grab now the outside of your left foot with your right hand. Crown of the head up, and then with the exhalation, let's extend the right arm back. So let's go to this twist. Maybe you keep bending the left knee, maybe you extend the leg, but you don't want to lean backwards. You want to keep the crown of the head up, the spine long. Twist the rib cage towards the left knee. And then let's release again the left foot towards the right inner thighs. Left hand back down on the floor. And with the inhalation, extend the right arm up. Maybe bring the hips away from the floor like a side plank, but a little bit more opening on the chest, on your upper body. And then with the exhalation, again, let's bring the hands towards the back of the mat and let's make the way to downward facing dog. And just move your legs, move the hips, move maybe a little bit organically, or just keep a stillness, wherever it feels right and nice for you. So look between the thumbs and walk. Again, if you want, have a gentle jump towards your hands, and let's stay on the ground. Hug your knees, spine long, and this time let's extend the left foot forward. Let's keep the right foot towards the left inner thighs. Svasana on the second side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, your body towards the front leg. Make sure you hinge from your hips. This is where you want to bring the navel close to the thigh, and then the chest. And it's like you're moving towards the front foot. Press the hands on your shin, on your ankle or the foot. Try to keep the upper body, the lower body connected. And then with the inhalations, lengthen. With the exhalations, soften. Give your body time to get into the pose. Gently, nicely, and kindly get deeper into the pose. And with the inhalation, bring the torso up. Let's go for the twist. So grab the outside of your right foot with the left hand. The inhalation, crown of the head up. With the exhalation, twist towards your right knee. Extend the right arm back. And you can bend the right knee or extend the right leg. In any case, try to keep first the spine long, and then take the leg wherever it needs to be, wherever it allows that lengthening, that long spine. And then with the exhalation, let's rest again the right foot towards the left inner thighs, the right hand behind the back. Extend your left arm up, and then maybe the hips up, opening the chest, a side plank with a nice back bend, opening the upper body. And then with the exhalation, let's bring the hands again towards the front of the mat, and let's make the way one last time to downward facing dog. Whenever you need, just stay in all fours, child pose. Play with it. And then walk towards the front of the foot. We are going to get into a sitting position. Maybe bend the knees, have a gentle jump. And then let's stay in the ground. Hug your knees. Try to keep the feet away from the floor. And then let's rest the feet on the ground, knees as wide as the hips, the hands behind the back. Then with the inhalation, we go to this inverted tabletop. So try to keep the heels aligned with the knees, your navel up, the pubic bone up. Maybe release the head, but make sure the chin is moving away from the chest, so you create a space in the front and in the back of the neck, where you can keep looking forward. Make sure the muscles in the back of the body are engaged, the glutes are gently engaged. And then with the exhalation, hips down again. Hug your knees. Maybe keep the feet away from the floor. And then this time, let's roll forward, backwards. And let's stay on the ground. Just your back on the ground, release the feet down, knees up. And let's go to bridge position, the last heart opening, to bring that energy of kindness and compassion to ourselves. So keep the knees as wide as the hips, heels below the knees. And then with the inhalation, gently, nicely bring the navel up. The pubic bone gently towards your navel, so you are lengthening the lumbar spine. Walk your shoulders towards the center of the mat, so the shoulder blades are coming towards the center of the spine. Interlace the hands behind the back. Try to keep the sole of the heels of the hands together. If you need, soften the elbows. Make sure you don't hyperextend the elbows. And then bring the chin, bring the chest towards the chin. Again, engage gently the back muscles to allow that opening in the front line of your body. And with the exhalation, slowly and with control, let's bring your back down on the ground. Let's run hands to the knees and let's start to make circles with the knees, massaging the lower back. And one last thing, let's bring the feet up, maybe the arms up, making sure the shoulder blades are on the ground, and then hands, arms towards the back of the mat. Try to keep the spine neutral, so don't bring the legs too close towards the chest. Try to keep more like 90 degrees between the legs, the torso. Notice how your abdominal wall gently, naturally gets engaged. Keep the connection with your breath. Soften the muscles of the body, but keep that gentle engagement on the abdominal wall. And then let's soften the knees. Hug your knees and roll left, right. And then let's make the way to Svasana. One option, you can stay in Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing the sole of the feet together, the knees towards the side, hands on your lower belly, upper belly, or you can extend the feet towards the front of your mat, the toes pointing out. Maybe you keep the hands on the belly, or maybe keep the arms along the body, palms facing up. Find the option where you are really comfortable, where you can allow your muscles to soften. And stay there for a moment. We go to the delicious Svasana. So allow the muscles of your body to soften. Allow the breath to be natural. And allow your mind to keep focus into the breath. So if you notice that the thoughts are coming to distract you, don't resist your mind. Be kind with your own mind. But notice the thoughts coming and allow them to go. Just breathe them out. And again, allow your thoughts just to come and to go. Try to keep the attention into the breath and hopefully start to create space between the thoughts, maybe silence on your mind. Slowly, slowly, tattoo the toes, the fingers, the arms, the legs. When you're ready, give a nice stretch to your beautiful body. And then draw the knees to the chest, hug your knees, roll left to right. When you're ready, roll towards one side of the mat. Press your body away from the floor. Let's do the sitting position. Cross the legs. Keep your eyes closed. Cross the hands and the knees. Your breath soft. Take a moment to connect with that nice feeling of harmony, kindness, non-violence. Enjoy it. Take it with you as long as you can during the rest of the day. And let's bring the hands in front of the heart center. Let's chant one last time to finish the session. Take a deep inhalation. Let's rub the hands one against the other. Bring the hands in front of your eyes. And then when you are ready, gently open your eyes, release the hands. Thank you for sharing your time, your practice with me. Have a lovely rest of the day and namaste.